Hello, greetings. And my name is Shalav. I am from Salahkar Consultants. And in this podcast, I am going to tell you about the psychometric test and its use. And I would be talking very, very basic things. And if we need further discussion, obviously, you can inquire and we can discuss further. So, what is psychometric test? Psychometric test is an instrument which is used to understand personality of anyone. Okay, so that anyone could be your employee, or it could be a candidate, or manager, subordinate, whatever. It is also used in the personal life. Like, for example, if you're going for matrimonial alliance, of course, you can have this instrument used and understand each other's personality. So the benefit of psychometric test is that it can also pull out the hidden personality traits which otherwise would not be known if you are going for only interview or group discussion or those kind of things. Okay, so it helps in recruitment because you would be able to understand personality of the individual whom you are going to hire. And say, for example, you are going to hire for a manager who is bit of outspoken, aggressive, and if you get someone who is also aggressive, okay, then the chances of both of them getting into some dispute is high. And hence, if you want to recruit such people, you need to alert the manager, and accordingly the training program should also be there. Or if you have choice, then you can have a different combination of people in the team. All right, so this is one example where it could be used for recruitment. Also, say for example, someone who is low on team spirit, or someone who is low on being ethical, etc. Those things could be pulled out. Okay, and if you see someone who is more of extrovert, you can think that those kind of people could be useful for certain jobs, and someone who is introvert, okay, could be useful for something like R&D. So this way you would be able to understand whom to place where and whether that person is suitable for a particular job or no. So you would understand personality and the probability of the success. But if still you want to hire, then accordingly you need to train and alert everyone. All right. So similarly, this instrument is very much used during promotion. Okay, so if you have got 3 candidates who are performing equally well, and then you want to go for promotion, then you can use a system which is called assessment center. In assessment center, you can have 3 or 5 or 8, depending on how many instruments you are using. And then in assessment center, psychometric test 1 or 2, even you can have more than one psychometric test. Like, for example, one psychometric test could be focused only for knowing the leadership skill, and the another psychometric test could be for knowing overall personality of the individual. So you can have one or more psychometric tests, and then based on the psychometric profiling and rest of the assessment center. So what is assessment center? Assessment center is where we use various these kind of instruments. So there, an interview would be one instrument, a group discussion could be another. In-basket exercise would be third, wherein you would give some exercise to people, and typically it is given in a basket, therefore it is called in-basket exercise. And then people pick up and then do that exercise, and based on how they are reacting to that exercise, you understand the personality. And similarly, a role play. Say for example, you tell someone that you are a team leader today, and you tell me how you're going to how you're going to handle so and so situation. So team, the role play could be another, the case study could be third, and 1 or 2 psychometric tests could be other. So you can use various instruments, and psychometric test could be one of them. Okay, psychometric test is quite scientific because you are asking a lot of indirect questions. Okay, and by asking indirect question, you would arrive to the personality of individual. I'll give you an example. The question of psychometric test could be like, when you go to a party, do you go and introduce yourself, or you wait for people to introduce them, or you are a neutral kind of. So this would signify, whether he is an extrovert or an introvert and all. So if you want to understand extrovert and introvert, then 20 questions would be around that. Then you want to understand the team working style, then 20 question would be around that. You want to understand whether he is ethical, not ethical, etc. So the 20 question would be around that, and overall you would have around, say, 200 questions or so, and then based on that you would be able to find the personality of the individual. Okay, so you, as said, recruitment, promotion, even team formation. Okay, you want to make a team, then you would like to have people with different personality. If rest of things are available, okay, then it would be better to have people from different personality, because then the whole discussion could be more healthy, if you look that way. So there it could be used. And similarly, if it is candidate who has got some issues, like at one of the clients' place, we got a call that they wanted to have a psychometric test, and then we got into discussion, and we got to know that in that company there was a criminal who joined them, and they could join simply because these instruments were not used, and they could not filter out. They were going only for a usual interview and bit of a paper and pencil technical test. So they could not filter out that person, and that was a big issue for them, and therefore they wanted to have a psychometric test for rest of their interviews. So those kind of stuff, you have got opportunity to find out what is going on. And it is always said in recruitment that more instrument you use, or in any kind of personality profiling situation, like for example promotion, etc. So I said, like, more instrument you use, the better would be decision making, or lesser would be risk. So if you're going for recruitment only based on interview, maybe interview that duration could be something where you are interested to hire, and the candidate is interested to join, and both of you would be talking something which we call socially acceptable discussion. So which mean you would always talking positive, and the candidate would also be talking positive, and hence interview is considered to be one of the the worst form of selection methods. Okay, so it's not very scientific, very good selection method, but it is very widely used, and therefore there are many incidents wherein candidates once hired, they are not able to come up to the expectation of the company, and everyone is frustrated, and they pull this person for an year or so, and they are then they go ahead and fire that particular person. So these kind of situation would not happen if you are using psychometric test and other instruments. So, and psychometric test being one of the best, and if you see, the Western market has industrialized long back, right? Whereas the Indian market or some other markets, they have started their industrialization or globalization since last 25 years or 30 years or so. Okay, so if you look at the Western markets, psychometric test is extremely popular, and it is used right from the campus interview to the top management. Okay, and in some markets it is used only for the higher management, and in some market it is used very less, but it is very much recommended for selection. And since people are most important, if you do right selection, then you would not have headache. They would drive your business, and if you do wrong selection, you will have to drive them on daily basis. So this is what is important. And if you have to know more about psychometric test, it is recommended that you use other thing also along with psychometric test. Like for example, you do a psychometric test, and then you do the final interview. So you would understand where are the weaknesses. So if you know that the weakness is in area of team handling, then in the next round of interview, you can go deep and understand how much weak is he in team handling. Okay, so that could be one way. And psychometric test, as it would give personality profiling of individual, it would be able to give the future projection of the work, okay, or the behavior of the individual. So of course it would help a lot. And I mean, if there is question asked that why some person is hired and someone is not hired, and if employees feel that management or the interviewer is not very fair in his hiring, or they are biased, then psychometric test could be of use in those kind of scenario. So psychometric test is extremely good. It is a scientific instruments because it is before given to the business. Okay, it has been tested in the market on certain samples, and only if the results are coming right, then it is used in the business scenario. So it's called validity and reliability. So if validity and reliability of the test is there, then only it goes in the market and it could be used. So it's a scientific thing to understand personality of the individual. It would have something like 200 questions odd here and there, and it could be pen and pencil, or it could be online. And we recommend that psychometric test should be used in recruitment, during promotion, during formation of a group or a team for a certain project, and for training and development. So almost in all the areas of HR you can use psychometric test. Okay, so I hope I have made you understand about the concept and this instrument, and we look forward for further discussion as per your need. All right, so I'm signing off. Thank you. Thanks for your time.